Hello, everyone. Welcome again. Today is the 18th of March, so it's March 18th, 2024. And I am so sorry I wasn't able to catch up last week with another video because I had a very dear occasion to my heart, which is the baptism for my granddaughter. And we've been busy for the whole week preparing for that. Today's video is about the continuous tense. Okay, so we have tenses in English. The tense in English is a referral to the time. All right, so are we talking in the present? Are we talking in the past? Or are we talking in the future? There's also something called continuous in English. It's continuous tense. A continuous tense is something that is happening at the moment. So right now I am talking to you. I'm teaching you. So this is happening in the moment. Okay. And sometimes it would happen in the future. Okay. So this week I will be filming or shooting or preparing a video for the YouTube channel. Okay. And it could happen also in the past. Something was happening while something else was going on. Okay. So yesterday I was getting ready for my granddaughter's baptism. Okay. Now, if you have paid attention or listened attentively to what I was saying, in all the sentences that I gave you, the verb is containing an ing at the end. So any continuous tense, any tense that shows us that the verb is happening or was happening or will be happening, this is called continuous tense, and it has to have an ing at the end. Okay, so if you say I went, that is in the past and it's not continuous. But if you say I was going, this was happening in the past. Okay, like I told you yesterday, I was getting ready. And so it was happening at the moment I was describing. So it is in the past, but I was describing a certain moment. And so it was happening at that moment that I'm talking about. All right. And if I describe something in the future, let's say this channel will be having live streams when we have 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so I'm talking about the future, but it's continuous. So I'm describing a moment in the future. Okay, and so this is an like a general idea about the continuous tense. Okay, but I will show you now examples. I'll shrink myself here like always, and I'll show you examples on what we're talking about. We're gonna see examples from the present continuous, the past continuous, future continuous, and we'll talk about all that in details. We will also talk about how to spell verbs in the continuous form. Okay, we are going to dig into everything. I'm gonna shrink myself here for you guys to be able to see. Okay, I'm gonna put myself here and let's dig into it. So here we are talking about the continuous tense, and I'll show you a definition of what continuous tense is, okay? So the continuous tense is the use of the verb to be, okay? The verb to be, okay, which is this one, be, with a verb ending in ing, all right? So a verb to be is, like I said or mentioned before, it's either am for me, for myself, is for anyone, singular, like one person, one thing, one item, and are, which is referring to plural. and this is in the past. Now, the verb to be in sorry, this what I mentioned was in the present. Now the verb to be in the past, am becomes was. I was reading, I was getting ready. Okay, and also is becomes was, the same as I. All right, now are becomes were. Okay, and so the verb to be changes depending on what pronouns I'm using or I'm referring to, or also what nouns we are using as well. Okay, I will give you more of this in a minute. So it is used to indicate something happening at the moment or at the present time. And this is in the present if we are talking about now. Okay? It is also used to indicate something was happening at that moment, a moment that I was describing in the past. Okay? So this is called past continuous. All right? Past continuous. Now, so if you're describing something was happening at that moment in the past time, like I told you yesterday, I was getting ready. Okay, so I'm describing a moment in the past. Now, it also can be happening in a moment or at the future. So that's called future continuous. I'm describing something I'm planning to do or to have. Okay, so I will be streaming live when the channel has 1,000 subscribers. Okay, now this is a general idea of what the ing use for the continuous tense. And like I said, it could be present, past, or future. And we will be digging into all this in 1 minute. Okay, this is an example, a quick example. Okay, so go is a verb that is this is like we call it infinitive. Okay, it doesn't have a past form or a continuous form or a future form, and so it's infinitive. Now go, if I want to make it into an a continuous tense, I will just add ing. Like I said, we add ing. So go becomes going, do becomes doing, okay, and talk becomes talking. So we just add ing. Now, of course, we have rules on how to add ing. We're gonna dig into these rules in a minute. But now, let's just take it step by step, okay? Now, we're going to do present continuous and give examples on it, and then we'll keep going as you will see and watch and understand. Now, in the present continuous, I'm talking about the present moment, this moment, something happening right now, okay? Now, I'm studying for my test, okay? Normally, this would be I study for my test, but since we are using it in this moment right now, I'm studying for my test. And so we have am here as one form of the verb to be. Don't forget, okay? We don't normally use the present or any continuous tense without the verb to be. Am, is, was, where, and are. Am, are, was, where. Okay? Now, studying here is a verb that is ending with ing. Okay? The verb is study, but with ing it becomes continuous and it's happening right now at this moment. Okay, I'm studying for my test. All right. Okay, now I'm doing the dishes. This is something that I always do. All the housewives do that. I'm doing the dishes. Okay, so doing is, so the verb is do. We add ing to make it continuous, happening right now, but we have to have the verb to be before that, which is in this case am. Okay, now we're gonna study the sentence structure of the present continuous. We'll see how it works. The structure is how the sentence is built. What comes first, what comes next in a present continuous tense. All right, so now it should start with a pronoun. Okay, or now we're still in the present continuous. We're not using the past or the future. So it should start with a pronoun, or it could be a noun. All right, and it could, which in other words, it means the subject. Okay, this subject here. So a subject, guys, could be a pronoun, which is I, he, she, it, you, they, we. All right, and so it could be also any noun. We could say the boy, we could say my car, we could say the building, we could mention a place, the restaurant, the place where I live, for example, California. Okay, so a subject, something that we are talking about. This is the first thing that comes in a present continuous tense or in any continuous tense. So there is a subject, something that I'm talking about, and then we will have after that the verb to be right here. Okay, and in this case, again, if it's am or is or was or were, depending on the sentence. Okay, and then after this will come a verb to be. It comes a verb ending with ing, any verb ending with ing. Okay, so we could do wing, okay, or go wing. Okay, guys, and so after that we just have a phrase that ends the sentence. It could be anything. Okay, now the example that I will show you right now is this: my family is going out for dinner tonight. Now look at that pronoun. We have it here in black. So pronoun or a subject. My family is not a pronoun. My family is a subject. Okay, it is the center of the sentence that I'm talking about. So my family. Now the verb to be in this case will be is. See, the verb to be is it. So my family is. All right, now speaking about the verb with ing, in this case it's going. So we have go and ing, going. All right, now out for dinner is just the phrase. It's just the description of the rest of the sentence. It's a phrase. Sometimes we call it a predicate, but it's just the rest of the sentence. Okay, out for dinner. But what we are concerned here to learn is how to use the continuous tense, which is my family is going. And so this is the subject, this is the verb to be, this is the verb with ing. Okay, and this is the phrase. All right, now let's do the other one. We have his sister. Now, his sister is also not a pronoun, it's a subject. All right, so this is what we're talking about in the sentence, his sister. All right, and the verb to be in this case is, probably you already know, also is, because it's for one person, one thing. Okay, it's is. We don't say his sister are. All right, okay, and the verb to be in this case is learning. I mean the verb with an ing. I keep saying the verb to be. Learning, it's a verb with ing. So the verb is learn, and the adding to it is the ing. And the phrase here, of course, is Spanish. So what is she learning? She's learning Spanish. So the sentence structure here of any word that of any sentence that has the continuous tense is, we start with a subject. After that, we use a verb to be, as these ones: the am, is, was, were. And then we use a verb ending with ing, and in this case it's any of like these. Okay, and then the phrase. Okay, now if we look into past continuous or future continuous, it's going to be actually the same. All right, but in past continuous, we are only focusing on these, the was and the were, because these are used in the past. So we have to make sure that if we are starting the sentence in the past, we continue the sentence in the past. We have to keep the same tense in any sentence we use. Now, with that being said, if we study about the past continuous, it's gonna be, like I said, the same, except for the use of the ing. Now, I will use the same sentences in those examples over and over again, so you could just recognize how it goes. All right, now if it was past, and if I want to describe a moment that was happening in the past, it's not now. All right, it happened before. And we do have keywords, guys. I didn't mention a keyword here. Probably I should have mentioned that. Where is it? So in the present continuous, the thing is happening right now or at this moment. Okay, these are like keywords that we could use, or we could realize if this is a present continuous, it should describe it at this moment or right now if it's present. Now we're gonna go to past continuous. With past continuous, the words to recognize are these. So we have yesterday, and we have something with like last week or month or year. All right, now we also could use days, like days ago. So 2 days ago, 3 years ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 5 days ago. We could also say last week, last time, last month. Anything with last is also in the past. So if we want to use past continuous, we use this. So now, using the same words, the same sentences, for you just to understand how we use it. I is the subject or the pronoun. Here, I is a pronoun, but it's also the subject of the sentence. It's the center of the sentence. I'm talking about me, okay? I, and then we have the verb to be here is was. So I was. The verb itself is study, but we're adding the ing, and in this case, it's this. All right. And for my test is a phrase. Okay, so I was studying for my test. I was studying for my test. And this is a past continuous. What shows me? It shows me this. Because I have was, it shows that it's a past continuous. Okay, now if we add, for example, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, this also shows me that it's a past. It's in the past, okay? Because we have the word ago here, all right? Now, if I say last week, it's also the same. It'll show me that it's something in the past, okay? Now, in this sentence, I was doing the dishes. And so we have here, I was, now I'm not talking because I want you just to like sink the information in, because I is one subject, one pronoun referring for me, for just one. So I would use was. I don't say I were, I say I was, okay? And the verb here is do, and the ing is here. This shows me it's continuous, and the dishes is just a phrase. It's just the ending of the sentence, okay? Now, if I would want to show exactly when, I would say either yesterday. So I was doing the dishes. We could say yesterday. So now it's your turn, okay? Yesterday. All right? Okay, so that's basically how we use the past. And let's give more examples on sentence structures in the past. Okay, so with sentence structure in the past continuous is the same. It's all the same. We have the pronoun, or we could also say that it's the subject, okay? And the verb to be, which must be, again, am. Okay, let's put is, am, or was, and where. Okay, and then we also have the verb ending with ing, and if it was go, it's gonna be going. All right, and the phrase, of course. Now let's make a sentence real, and so we could understand the structure. Okay, so here I have my family. Okay, I'm gonna use the highlighting. So my family, this is the subject. I'm talking about my family. Was is what? The verb to be, exactly. Going is a continuous verb, okay? A verb with a continuous sense. Ing is the continuous form of the verb. Out for dinner is also a phrase. Now, the word yesterday shows me that this is in the past, but also the word was, the verb to be, was, shows me that this is in the past. So I should know from the sentence if it's in the past or if it's in the present, all right, at this moment, okay? Now, let's do this one. His sister is, why it's not highlighting? His sister, so it's one. Now, was in the past, and it's one person. one pronoun, so I mean a pronoun that refers to one person, we use was. And learning, we have the verb learn, and then the ing, okay, and Spanish. Now, if this was for more than one of his sisters, so I would say his sisters, and the was becomes were, okay, learning Spanish. Yet we will also show how this happens in another sentence, so let's keep it as is. All right? Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying that, because we are going to go to future continuous. All right? And these are sentences, also the same sentences, but in future tense, so you could see how we use the future continuous. All right? So I, again, is the subject. So we are going to study also the future continuous sentence structure, but the sentence is I. All right. Now, with the future, we have to use a verb that shows the future. And in this case, we can use will. We also could use shall. All right. I shall be studying. Okay. A lot of modals we can use to express future. I can study. I can be studying. Okay. So let's stick to will for now, so you could just understand the future continuous, and then we could use other verbs as we go. Now, I will be studying for my test. So this is future. This is in the future. So if you invite me tomorrow for dinner, I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I will be studying for my test. Okay, so we have will here. It is an addition to the sentence. We don't have will in the present or in the past continuous. Okay, so it's only in the future continuous. All right, now I will, and then the verb to be here, and in this case this be refers to I. Okay, and this be also can refer to anything, any pronoun. Okay, they will be studying, he will be studying, you will be studying, she will be studying, it will be eating, not studying if we're talking about animals in this case. Okay, so now we have the verb itself, be, used in the future continuous. Okay, instead of am is was, and then the verb itself that I'm using, and the ing. Okay, now in this case also, I will be, do is the verb, ing is the continuous, so I will be doing the dishes. Okay, the keywords here that we use is tomorrow. Okay, it could be next week. I'll be studying for my test next week. Okay, so it could be next week, and it could be next month, okay, or next year. All right, but it's not now. It could happen any moment in the future, and by any moment in the future, it could be next, this afternoon, or this evening, or within an hour from now. Okay, but it's something out of now at this moment, and it's something out from the past. Okay, so anything that would happen after is used to be in the future continuous. Okay, now let's see the sentence structure of the future continuous. All right, now the sentence structure is the same except for adding the will be. All right, so we do have the pronoun or the subject in this case, right? Okay, and we have the verb will be to describe the future, and we also have a verb ending in ing and the phrase to describe what's going to happen in the sentence. All right, now Let's use again my family. So in this case, let me shrink it just a little bit. So we're gonna check on the subject. The subject in this case is my family. So here we have the subject. It's not a pronoun, it's the subject. Okay, because if I want to use a pronoun, I would say any of the pronouns: I, it, he, she, you, we, and they. Okay, but it's not the pronoun here, it's the subject, so I will use my family. Now, the verb to the future is will be, so we have it the same here, will be, and then the verb to be, I mean the verb with ing. I keep saying the verb to be for ing. It's because it's something like fixed in my head, because always we use the verb to be with ing. Okay, you never say I am go, you always say I'm going. Always, you cannot say he is study, you always say he is studying. And that's why I keep saying the verb to be whenever I want to say the verb with ing. Okay, so I hope now you understand how it goes in my mind. It's just built in my mind. Okay, and then we have the phrase, which is out for dinner. Okay, now with the other sentence, but we're also using this now in the plural, and so we have also a subject here in this sentence, his sisters. Okay, so the subject is his sisters, and the verb will be also is here, it's the same. And then the verb with ing here is also learning, so this is the verb with ing. And of course we have this, the phrase that just describes the rest of the sentence, which is Spanish. His sisters will be learning Spanish. All right, cool. I think that this is a good introduction of the lesson. Now we will do some practice. I hope you guys got a grab of what I was saying, so the practice will be a little easy for you. So we are going to do practice. So with the practice, guys, what I did is just put some sentences for you, and you will be able to see if you will get it right or not. I do have the example and the way we do it in past continuous, present continuous, and future continuous will this will help you practice on how to make any sentence into different tenses. So I will put the sentence here in front of you, and we will be able to make it into the past, the present, and the future continuous. Most importantly, to just remember that any continuous tense has to have two things: the verb to be and the ing. Okay, we cannot do a continuous tense without using these two. With the future continuous, we have the modal will be, and so it will turn it into a future continuous. Now let's take this sentence and look at it in two different ways. So I pray before I go to bed. Okay, now with that being said, we are going to keep the I. Okay, so we're gonna keep this the same here to make a past continuous. We're gonna keep the I, okay, because it's the subject or the pronoun in this case. Okay, and we are going to change the pray, the verb. We will add, oops, that's really not a good color on this. We're gonna add, for the pray, we're gonna add ing. These are the basics, okay? And then we'll keep the rest of the thing the same. Okay, we'll keep the rest of this the same. Okay, now if we want to make it into the past, we have to add a past for is. We have to make it for am, I'm sorry, because I am, we have to make it was. Okay, and so with that being said, if I want to make it into past continuous, I will say I was, okay, see, I was praying before I go to bed. Okay, so I was, let me just underline it, was praying before I go to bed, or before I went to bed. Actually, you have just to remember the rule that I told you, which is you always keep the tense. Okay, so if you use the past tense at the beginning of the sentence, you have to keep it through the sentence. Okay, so I was praying before I went to bed. All right, now if I want to make it, now this is in the past continuous. Now if I want to make it into present continuous, okay, I'm gonna use the verb to be, in this case am, because I am, and we're gonna add ing to the verb like we have right here. Okay, so praying, okay, before I go to bed. Okay, I am praying before I go to bed. Okay, now if we want to do in the future, now this is, of course, what we have here is present at the moment. Okay, look at my S. Now if we want to make it into the future, now the will be is going to be one of our essentials here. I will be praying before I go to bed. Okay, now just pay attention that we only changed this here into past because we have past as well. All right, otherwise we kept this and this into present, because in present and future the verb is not past by any means. Okay, and so we can have more practice, guys, because I did this is number 2. I make my bed. All right, now let's look at it into a present continuous. We have the I right here. We have the I. Hold on, guys, sorry about that. We have the I, which is a subject. It's because that's the verb to be for I, for me. Okay, and we have to make sure that for present, because this is present, we started with the present continuous. Okay, we are using the am, not was. Okay, and of course we have the verb make. We make it into ing, so making my bed. Okay, now let's do this one in past continuous. Okay, so with the past we are using we're making the am into was. So because we're doing past continuous, the am becomes was. Okay, so I was making my bed. Cool. I feel like it's easy. Hopefully, like, it's easy for you, not only for me, because I find it easy because I like it. But I hope I'm making it easy for you. Now we have here I will be, because we're doing future. We can't use future without using the word will. Okay, future. All right, so I will be making my bed. Do not forget the ing. We never use the verb to be without ing, guys. You never say I will be make, okay? I was make. We don't do that at all, okay? We always use the verb to be with ing, okay? Now, let's see this sentence, and it looks like I have a typo here, because here I should say they. Okay, they work in the same office. They work in the same office. How are we gonna make this into present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous? So in the present continuous, we just put are, because now we're talking about they. Okay, so it's a pronoun that mentions more than one. Okay, so they. It's not I and it's not is. I and is refer for one person. So in this case, we have to bring the are. We have to get the use of are in here for the future. Okay, for the past is gonna be where, and for the future will be. Okay, so for the present, sorry, I said future right here, but it's present. Okay, so for the present, we have the subject, or in this case, a pronoun. So they are, and we have the verb work. Okay, we're gonna add ing to it, so it becomes they are working in the same place, okay, or in the same office. I honestly have no idea, guys. Why did I put I'm gonna fix it, guys. In the same office. I don't know why I put it in the same place, but it's okay. I fix it as we go. Okay? Cool? Cool. Now, this is present. Okay? Now, we are going to do past continuous, and in this case, we are using the verb to be were, because we are referring to more than one. Do they? So they were, and then for the verb, we have working, and it's working, and we are adding the ing right here. And with the future tense as well, we will say they will be working in the same office. Will be, and then working. Okay, so will be and working. Okay, and this is for future. Okay, and this is what is this? What is this here? This is past, guys. Okay, this is past, so we're gonna put past. And this here is what? Yes, because we have are. Okay, this is present. Okay, cool. Now we are going to see more examples. I'm trying to use more than one pronoun. So I used I, and I used they, and I used what else? Also I. So let's use more. Let's use she in this case. Okay, look at she. Now, she looks for a nursing job. Okay, she looks for a nursing job. All right, now we have she as one, so it's a pronoun, and at the same time, it's the subject of the sentence. We're talking about her, we're talking about she, the word she, okay? And so we have the verb here, looks, and for a nursing job, this is the phrase, okay? Now we need to make this into present, past, and future, all right? So let's do this, and she is our subject right here. we keep the subject here, and we keep the subject here. Okay, now, so she is looking for a nursing job. Now, we brought the verb to be without having it in the sentence. So in the original sentence here, we don't have any is. We don't have any verb to be, okay? But we got it. We brought it. We said, okay, we need a verb to be here in order for us to make it a present continuous and use the ing, okay? So we got here, she is looking for a new job, and this is, guys, present continuous, present. Okay, now we're gonna make it into past. How do we make it into past? We still grab the ing, but we have to grab it in its past form, and in this case it was. Okay, so she was looking for a nursing job at that time. Okay, let's say last year when she graduated, she was looking for a nursing job. Okay, at that time it was happening. After she graduated, she was looking for a nursing job. Okay, now in the future, okay, when she finishes her degree or when she finishes college, she will be looking for a nursing job. Again, she is the subject right here, and then we have will be, and this is future. You cannot use future without the word will, the modal will, okay? Future, okay? And of course, since we have be here, we will be obligated to use ing. Okay, so she will be looking for a nursing job. Okay, cool. Let's see if we have any more. We don't have any more examples, but we do have something very important to talk about, and this is, look, it's the spelling, guys. It's the way we spell the continuous. Okay, because here's the thing, verbs are in different forms, and for each form we modify the verb when we add the ing. Okay, so we're gonna dig into each group of verbs and how to deal with them. So we have just the regular verbs. Okay, regular verbs are verbs ending in a consonant, which is like in just a letter, you know. Okay, and we just add ing without doing anything. Verbs such as sail, buy, show, and deal. Okay, we just bring ing. So if you can tell here that we only got ing to the end of each verb without doing anything. Okay, dealing. And I don't know why is this. Wait, guys, we have a typo here. And it's fine that I do any correction in front of you. It's because we are all learning, and sometimes I don't pay attention. I just, type, I have a typo, which is fine, okay? Now, in any verb that is regular, that doesn't have any doubled letter, any vowel, it just ends with a consonant, okay? We just add an ing. Like this here, and this here, okay, and right here, also right here, okay? Deal, dealing, show, showing, buy, buying, sail, sailing. Cool? All right, now here's the thing. When we have verbs that are ending with a vowel before a consonant, okay? A vowel before a consonant. The vowels of the alphabet. Do I have the... I don't have the drum. Okay. The vowels of the alphabet. I know them all by name. Oh. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. I know them all by name. Oh. Good job. So, vowels. All right. So if we have a vowel before the end of the verb, a vowel to the last letter of the verb. The last letter of a verb will be a consonant, like a letter, okay? But if we have a vowel, an A, E, I, O, U before that, we just double the consonant. Make it two, okay? The one that comes after a vowel, and then we add ing, okay? And so, with that being said, what do? Let me just put it up for a little bit, and then the verb run, okay? Sorry, guys. The verb run has, please pay attention, has a U, which is a vowel, all right? Prior to the consonant, to the last verb. So what we do here is take the N, double it, make it two, and then add the ing. All right? Same here. We have a A. All right? Grab. We have the A before the B right here. So we take the B, double it, and then add ing. Okay? Here. Now, jog. That's an O. It comes before a G. Jog. We made it two. We doubled it. And then we put the ing. Okay, guys? Okay. Now, cancel. We have an E right here. Now, we bring the L, double it, and then add the ing. And so these are like just important but small. Small but important. Okay? Any word that has a vowel before the last letter of the word, we just double the last letter. Okay? This is the rule. You can come back every time to this video and see it. It's called continuous tense, and then you can find it. If you don't find it, you can like comment below, comment on any video, and I'll tell you which video that is in. Okay? Now, skid, we have an I before the D. What we do is bring the D, double it, and add our ing. Okay? So this is when we have a vowel before the ending of the verb. All right, now let's do words ending with a doubled letter. It's already doubled, okay? So we just add the ing. It's just easy. It's already doubled, so we just add the ing. And we do have some verbs like that. We have the verb fill. So we just don't double it again, even if it has an I before it, because it's already doubled, okay? So we just add the ing, okay? And also the verb will, okay? Because already it's doubled, the L is doubled. We don't add another, we don't have triple letters in English, we have just double letter, okay? And so we don't double the L, we just add the ing right here, okay? Now, we have some verbs that have more than one syllable, because syllables are where the word splits within a vowel sound. So here we have one syllable, fill. We're going to talk about syllables later, and this is one syllable, will, okay? Now, we have words with two syllables. Okay, in any case, the final syllable is not stressed. Okay, we do not double the last letter. Okay, we do not double that. And an example about that is this. Look, listen, listen. This is two syllables. Listen, because we have one vowel here and one vowel here. We have two syllables, Okay, like I said, I'm gonna explain about syllables later in another video, but we have two syllables, okay, but we don't double the T here. I mean the N, sorry. I don't double the N because the second syllable is not stressed. It's listen. So the stress is on the first syllable. Listen. Happen. 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 Okay? So it's not stressed. And so in this case, we don't double the letter. And so you see listen with an ing, listening, happening. Okay? So that's it, guys. That's the only thing with the double syllable words. Okay? So we just add ing when we have letters that are already doubled, and we do not double the letter when the second syllable is not stressed. Okay, the stress here is in the first syllable. Listen, happen. Okay, all right, now what else we have? Verbs ending with an e. Okay, verbs ending with an e. Now with these words, we can't put E and then ing. We have just to cross out the E. We take it off. We omit it. We delete it. Okay? If, with this case, we have the word make, and then we have E at the end. So we just drop it. We take it out, and we write ing, and it becomes making. Okay? Making. Now, you probably will ask me why we didn't double the K, because it has a vowel before it. That's right, but remember we have two vowels here, and so we don't double when we omit a letter, when we drop a letter off, okay? So making, we just add the ing. Okay, so it's very easy. Just look at it like this. When we have an E at the end of the verb, we just take out the E, put an ing, because you can try things like this. Here, let me show you. I'm gonna choose this. You can try it, make, okay? This is totally wrong. You have to drop the E. Okay, so we have taking, okay, we have having, of course have ends with an E, and so we drop down the E and put ing. Love, we have an E, just drop it down, right, loving. Okay, these are like easy rules. And I think we are done with our lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look, we did a lot. Look how much we did. Look. We did a lot. See? We did all that. And we were able to explain the present continuous, the past continuous, and we were able to explain also the future continuous. Okay, we will see you in another video. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please comment if you need anything. Like I told you, I always look at the comments and do what you need me to do. You will get your help by communicating with me. Thank you so much again, and have a great day.